So here I am on a gear test at the south lot for the Quebec Run Wild area. So we'll see how that goes. All right, we're ready to start walking. I've got my trusty walking sticks. I've got my crap packed up. So we'll see how, oh, the bugs are out, crap. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's about 5:15 and I'm gonna make a couple miles at least tonight. All right, so here we are walking along a road, and this will meet the trail later, but it's overcast. It's about 60 degrees, perfect hiking weather. I could actually probably lose the fleece, which I'll probably do here in a bit. Should listen to most people on all the forums I've been trolling for the last 3 months that the fleece is not super helpful. So other than that, just trucking along. These lone peaks are still on the fence. My feet aren't particularly liking them, so maybe they'll break in or my feet will break in. We'll see. Anyway, just had to be out in the woods first time in a long time. It's been a year since I was out last, so it's good. So this is the first stream crossing. I'm gonna see if I can hunt up there for a better crossing. I don't want to get wet yet. So far I've been able to make it down, so we'll see. So I pussied out. I just waded across, took off my shoes and socks, and then used my foot pad as a place to change back into them. I figure there's probably only one fording, so I'm probably okay. But I wasted a lot of time, so maybe that wasn't so wise. All right, after, I don't know, like half a mile or maybe 3/4 mile bushwhacking through that, I finally found the frickin' trail. Let me tell you, I am happy to see you. Holy crap. So, even on the trail, we're doing a lot of this. We're walking through stream beds or trails that have become stream beds. A lot of quasi stream walking. It's perfect weather though. It's like 60 degrees, a little tiny bit drizzly, but perfect weather. And of course, my plantar fasciitis decided to make a showing, which is wonderful. So we're going very carefully down the hills. Oh, excuse me. Anywho, so these videos aren't just to show the terrain. I guess they're to also muse. And I guess to begin with, I should tell you a little bit about how I view myself. And, you know, here I am in my mid-30s. I'm 1 year away from being a doctor. Right, that means shit. Once upon a time I thought it did mean something, but it doesn't really mean anything. But I thought it did. I enjoy my work as a psychologist, but I'm wondering if I might have enjoyed something else more. Anyway, here I am. I have a great family. It's not the family that I started with. It's not the family that I even knew that I wanted. But the family that I got, and I love it. But man, it is rough sometimes. It is difficult and, you know, self-perfection, the journey that I think everyone is on to some degree or another. At least the ones that realize that they want to be happy. Self-perfection is difficult. I've taken what God has given me, so to speak, and I've done my best, I think. I hope anyway. But I find myself at this, not crossroads, but reflective point of my choices. And, you know, I've got some children that are biologically mine and ones that aren't. I don't really make any distinction anymore. It's been a time I might have, but I don't anymore. And I'm proud of myself for that. But I still find myself struggling for meaning, you know. So, I've been watching an AT thru hikers video, and in it he talks considerably about the ego. Now, as a psychologist, the ego is one thing. I think he's talking about it kind of as the person that, or your, maybe not the person, but your kind of naturally selfish inclinations, things that want to bloat you and make you more, puffed up. And I agree with a lot of that. The ego needs to be watched out for. And there has to be a balance, though. You can't go too far in the other direction, or else, I'm gonna die here doing this. You can't go too far in the other direction, or else you lose it. You lose track of yourself, and it's a lot harder to talk philosophy and hike than I thought. Kudos to everyone that does this a lot better than I am. Anyway, I think my thought is this, this self-reflective time. Oh goody, another trail stream. Have I done a good enough job of battling that ego and putting it in a place where it does me and my family good? Some cases I think it has. Especially with school and into a place where I can provide well for my family. That's always good. Oh goody, it's all nice and soggy here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, that was muddy and gonna be wet. All right, cool. After all my work trying to keep it not muddy. All right, how about I come back to this? Well, after all that work of staying out of the water, I stepped into a mud puddle anyway. But oh well. Hey, look, there's a log next to a stream. That's nice. All right. So, anyway, just kind of thinking about it and talking about it. I think I'm doing okay. I can do better, like everybody else can, but I'm doing okay. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for everything. Maybe sometimes you just have to come out to the woods to disconnect and actually feel that. I'm grateful for that opportunity too. All right, well, let's see what else my semi-glucose deprived brain comes up with next. Okay, so, I've been thinking a lot lately about, this is a fantastic trail, by the way. Quebec Run Wilderness Mill Creek Trail. It's a really nice, easy walk next to the stream's a little far off now, but babbling brook, so to speak. But the ability to accurately self-assess, say, I've got X, Y, and Z strengths and A, B, and C problems, and some bother me and some don't, and I want to increase X and Z strengths and develop P, Q, and S. I want to eliminate A and B specifically. C is a weakness, but I can live with it for the time being. That is something that I have been struggling with most lately. It's getting accurate self-assessment. Every time I feel like I got it down, somebody brings something to my knowledge that I didn't realize was a problem. Or maybe I realized it was a problem, I was just willfully ignoring it as a problem. Either way, I am, and I guess that never ends. You get a good self-assessment somewhere in your 30s, hopefully, and you work on that for the next 15 or 20 years until you feel like you got it down. And then, you come up with new stuff. I know it never ends, but man, I would sure like to arrive someday. But I guess I just gotta let that go. There is no arrival, just the journey. I don't like hiking. Man, there's a bunch of white spots. All right. I gotta give major kudos to Early Riser 7-1, who I've been watching for the last couple of months. This journey from Georgia to Maine. He's really pushes himself a lot of times, and I admire that. And maybe we'll work harder towards that end. But it's a nice looking campsite, but holy cow, it's not mosquito central. So, no thank you. No thank you. Alright, so we've arrived at the crossroads of the Grist Mill Trail and the Mill Run Trail, which was a fantastically nice trail, by the way. There's a bridge to get across, I'm assuming what is Mill Run, and there's a whole bunch of pretty flat, decent spots to camp around here. There's a bunch back on the trail, but I'm gonna camp over there, away from the trail a little bit, see what happens. All right, it's getting dusk-ish, so I'm gonna set up camp and then we'll go. All right, so made it to camp, set up my saddle, tarp tent, saddle 2. So this will serve as kind of a gear review. There's no breeze down this little valley that I'm in, so I don't know that we're gonna get that. It's probably going to rain tonight some, so I may be able to give you that sort of view. It was super easy to set up. As you can see inside, palatial for one person. Got my SMD Fusion 50. It was perfect for an overnighter for those that are not totally ultralight yet. I'm more in the lightweight category. So this is massive. Right now this is what I got. I'm working on getting one person, but right now it's 2 person. So I camp next to an already existing fire pit, and then we'll kind of go from there. Took me probably all of 5 minutes to set it up, and that was farting around and pulling out stakes. The ground's a little soft and muggy, but yeah, so it's a nice tent. I guess I'll add more to the gear review tomorrow morning after I slept in it and done the night out here, and we'll go from there. Got my little fire going on and my meal and just hanging out. I'm starting to get dusk. So it's gonna be a nice night. Chilly, down to 40. All the wood is wet from the rain the last bunch of days, so it's taking forever to dry out, but it's working. I love being outdoors, that's for certain. Alright, so it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Slept pretty well. Actually, my convert bed slept awesome. So that was super nice. It was nice and warm. Got out to about 40 last night. Animals all over the place. A little bit of wind, not too much. So we're gonna get out of here, walk out this morning, get to some appointments that I have this afternoon. So yeah, everything worked exactly as it was supposed to. I was nice and toasty. My Xped Sinmat UL7 worked really well. The 20-degree convert bag worked really well. And my knockoff Arrows pillow worked really well, so I'm good. Alright, so we're packed up and on our way. A little bit later than I wanted to be, but kind of sat around in camp for more than I should have. I got no breakfast this morning. It's my usual morning, and so I did about 4.5 miles today. I don't really need it this morning. I need to be out of the car in about 2 hours, so I think it's doable anyway. So a nice night in my tent. I said there was a little bit of wind, but not too. Ooh, that's a very shaky bridge. A little bit of wind, but not too much. Tent held over well. Down to 40. My 20-degree bag was super toasty. Kind of made it into a half quilt. It was nice. I could probably transition to a full quilt, but I'm just gonna work up to it. Pack up was easy. Nothing had disturbed my bear hang. Heard a bunch of animals last night scurrying past the tent at all hours as I was watching episodes of Supergirl. And I saved on my phone. That was all kinds of fun. It was in the woods alone at night is kind of creepy, but you know, it was still fun. It was nice. Yeah, miss my family, even though it's only been a couple days. All right, so Mill Run Trail and Rankin Trail. I gotta figure out what's going on here, where I need to be. All right, so I made it to this road that bisects the place. It's gonna take me back to the car faster than the original plan, but kind of lazy and didn't get up as early in the morning. If I had another hour to hike, or maybe hour and a half, I could have taken a longer way around. Feet are feeling better this morning, but probably still gonna dump the Lone Peaks. I wanted them to work, but just not built for my feet, I guess. This is the first time hiking with trekking poles. I will never not hike with them again. They are awesome. They propel you forward up hills. They slow you down going down hills. Generally give your hands something to do. They're stakes for my tent, or poles for my tent. They really are awesome multi-use. Plus they carry my duct tape. No problems with the gear. So the Six Moons Design Fusion 50, it's carries pretty decent. I wouldn't put more than 20 pounds in it though. I mean, maybe people do. It wouldn't be very comfortable. Unless there's not that much space. Like I said, pad and bag were awesome. Tent was awesome. No problems with that. There's a little hassle getting it back in the bag, but I'm gonna have to experiment. Maybe I can just stuff it. Yeah, so far, I have a pair of Zion Prana hiking pants on, and these are fantastic. Like perfect for this weather. They breathe, they're stretchy, they have cargo pockets. Pockets are big enough to slip a phone in, along with a battery pack, a bunch of other stuff. Let's see. That's about all I can think of. All right, so, you know, kind of picking up where we left off yesterday. An idea of accurate self-appraisal. And even if you get an accurate self-appraisal, how do you get yourself to accept certain things? You know, my line of work, I realized that how you were raised and the beliefs you were instilled with, they stick with you even if you try and abandon them. It takes heavy lifting to change the way we think, feel. Not to say it can't be done, because it definitely can be. But I think that doing things for yourself is definitely a key aspect. You have to know yourself, know what you like, know what's going to work for you, and do them. Doesn't mean that's all you do, but self-care is definitely important. Maybe it's something that I've lacked the last several years, 5, 6, who knows how many at this point. But, you know, all things considered, I'm pretty happy. Life, the direction it's gone. Now I wonder what it'd be like to hike like this day after day after day. Granted, if my foot didn't kill me, which it kind of is right now, I could see there being tremendous liberation in that. Just getting to the next site or making a mile marker or something being your only goal for the day. I could appreciate that. Yeah. Anyway, hiking on this Quebec road back to my car in the south lot. It's just gorgeous out here. It's overcast, kind of threatening to rain, but I don't think it will. And think, we're just hanging out in nature, and it's fantastic. And actually, this is where a trail crosses the road. There's serenity here. Everything has a purpose. The leaf cover, the trees, the streams, they all follow their natural course. Sometimes I think maybe in the hustle and bustle of everyday life, or as Mr. Early Riser likes to call it, the matrix, we lose the simplistic sense of purpose. It's important to, every once in a while, come back into touch with that purpose. And I think it's different for everybody. Some people find it sense of purpose in a shopping mall, or some people find that sense of purpose visiting with family. A beautiful little stream. And I'm from California. It's definitely a different landscape out here. Heck of a lot more water, but also just more trees, and everything's denser, closer together. Shoot, here I am in an overnight where I hiked 5 or 6 miles away from my car, and I still have got 4G LTE. Anyway, yeah, so there, that's all right. We are back. Here's T-Bolt Road that I took down that ended me at that frickin' fording. I would bet that there's probably no other fordings in the entire effing wild area, but whatever. And there's my caro down there. All right, so this was a fun trip. Found some things that I like. Found something I didn't like. It's like my shoes, basically. Things I probably won't bring again. And yeah, cool. So this is Biohaz Dad signing off. And till next time, my friends. Till next time. Southgate parking lot. Look at that.